So there's been a lot of questions about Abzan, Ketramose, and also okay, this started out as a birthing ritual deck. um, kind of. So I don't know. So let's say this. I've both been working on birthing ritual Gearhulk. I've been working on the artifact Gearhulk shells, which we've been doing pretty well with. We've been doing well with Scales and Hammer. I've been trying a shell that's just fair cards, not combo cards, but still playing one Sigarda's Aid and one Colossus Hammer as like this package where you could just turn your Gearhulk into a big giant trampling creature, or turn any creature in play into a big creature with a hammer on it. So I've been working on that, and then I kind of realized that the deck could splash for Ketramose really, really easily, since you have a lot of fetch lands. You're mostly a white deck. This is just one black pip. You have Mox Opal and you have Springleaf Drum to facilitate the splash also. And Ketramose works really well with just your main deck relics that you're already main decking for relics anyways, with Portable Hole, with Dispatch, with Haywire Mite. You have a good amount of ways to trigger your Ketramose. You also have Saga and Gearhulk to tutor up things that trigger your Ketramose. And then I also realized, with Mox Opal Drum, you can splash for Consign pretty reasonably too, which I think is kind of funny. We also have 4 Consigns on the board. We also can ramp into our Elesh Norn sometimes. Down to only 2 drums. I had 3 last night in 19 lands. I decided I wanted to play the 20th land over the 3rd drum. Kind of a deviation here, but I do think that this is potentially an evolution of these mid-range decks here, where Ketramose has been the mid-range breaker. Gearhulk has also been absurdly good in these matchups, and I think we're seeing more and more of a Ketramose arms race at the moment. And I'm kind of trying to win that arms race between Mox Opal and Brightglass Gearhulk and Esper Sentinel to a lesser extent, while also playing a lot of cheap disruptive cards. A chest to 58 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Oh, I missed the cold open. Good morning, Spikelings. Welcome back to Classy Spike's piano streams. Today we're going to take a fancy tour through the works of Antonio Salieri. Well, what's that? You'd rather see some card games? Fine. Let's play an ingenious new Abzan brew on MTGO instead. Watch me make my opponent's plans go haywire as we're welcome into brand new dawn of trophy collecting dominance. And support the stream with a like, comment, sub, pray to Clothis, and just by being your amazing selves. Thank you, Chest. Thank you, everybody. Maybe looks like we're playing as the Glass Cannon Titan deck here. The Elesh Norns are also kind of dual purpose Titan hate cards, by the way. How attached? We have 1 copy of Sigarda's Aid. So the hammer is just like you're gonna tutor hammer and you're gonna tutor Sigarda's Aid. It's not like we're really doing much else. And if you draw the hammer, you just wait until you find your Sigarda's Aid, or you find a Gearhulk for Sigarda's Aid. All right, Sentinel's done some good job taxing here. Why only 1 hammer, just less solid? Yeah, it's just that your Gearhulk can tutor it up plus Sigarda's Aid, which is nice. But this is not a hammer deck. You could potentially play more of the hammer elements, but I think it's nice to be off that strategy. They also didn't play another land off the Explore, did they? All right, Glass Cannon confirmed. All right, let's bring in the natural states. Let's bring in the Elesh Norns. Going to bring in the extra Haywire Mites. So, one thing I've been kind of confused on is the split of Portable Hole, natural state, Haywire Mite in this deck. Post board in this matchup, where it's really nice that these can kill these the amulets at instant speed. It's also really nice that the Portable Holes stay and play as artifacts, but you can't really afford to play this many. So I think this is, or I guess we also have these extra Haywire Mites. 8 feels like a solid number. Let's go and try to stick to 8. I'm going to cut the Shadowspear. I'm going to lead in the Hammer Sigarda's Aid. This was pretty good previously. I do think the boots are kind of a miss for me. And I think I'm gonna go. I don't know if Sentinel's not super good here. I think it's fine. Ketramose seems too slow. I guess I disagree. I think so. Like, how do you beat Amulet Titan? I was watching Dingo cut Ketramose against Breach with the theory that, like, okay, I want to be playing my really interactive sideboard cards against this combo deck, which I think you could say similar things for Titan. I want to be doing that, so I want to cut my card advantage engine. The problem is these decks don't fold to one piece of hate. Like, I'm going to need to play multiple disenchants, dispatch into Elesh Norn. And so, like, I think I need my Ketramoses to draw me into all of this. You know what I mean? I think that I need the Ketramoses to dig me for, like, my pile of hate pieces. And I could just be wrong about this. But that's my philosophy. You can also play a Needle for Beseiju. A lot of options. Yeah, you could trim one Ketramose, that's true. That would be fine, of course. Obviously, still trying to figure out exactly how to sideboard here. Let's keep this hand. Gilligan, 42 months. Also, Lag seems to be doing pretty well today. Also has an amulet. The amulet's, of course, not quite so relevant here. With the Splunking in play. I think this is better than leaving up the Relic. I'd be interested in trying Refurbished Familiar in this shell. Sorry, which one is that? Oh, the discard card. I'll say this: the Brightglass Gearhulk has been performing insanely well. I think it's important to be working on that card for now. Okay, they find a Summoner's Pact. I find a second copy of Dispatch, which is nice because I need my third hyper interactive removal spell against the Glass Cannon deck here on turn 3. So I want to... I guess I should have let the triggers go on the stack. No, because my opponent could still have Beseiju, and they could get me off Metalcraft here. How come no one ever put a cave off Splunking? Well, they play Urza's Cave, and they sometimes do that. They do grab the Beseiju. And they pick up Otawara, and they pick up Beseiju. And then they cast a Summoner's Pact. You can't kill a 6/6, says the... I'm on a absolute vendetta against the Titan hate. When I'm complaining about Titan this week, I'm told, you can't kill a 6/6? This deck is a glass cannon. This deck plays no interaction where the main point's made. My opponent has Beseiju, Otawara, Force of Vigor. I've exiled 2 Titans. I've played a Relic against the Graveyard Hate. I've Portable Hold on Amulet. You need to stop defending this deck, Shatters. It is out of control. It is absolutely out of control. It's time. It is time to stop. Can't cast that because I die. Let's go to game 3. Do you think I want with the first Needle here? Let's put it over the Sentinel. Like, just the term Glass Cannon to describe Titan is, like, the most unhinged, like, propaganda I've ever heard. Well, we do sure have Elesh Norn, but it seems like casting is going to be kind of tough. We also don't have green mana for the Mite, but, like, Relic and Mite are pretty good interactive pieces. Consign is neat versus Titan. It's not bad against them. I'm not sure exactly how I'd like to incorporate it here. Yeah, it is better on the play. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan this hand. I think it's a pretty borderline one. Obviously, having the Sigarda's Aid is a little weird. So we're gonna keep this one. I think I'm gonna put back the portable hole. Titan would win more big tournaments if it was actually good. You would just have to be good enough to know how to beat it. Kidding. I see. Okay. Thank you for the kidding. All right, let's keep this. We can get the hammer off the Saga potentially, and get a fast clock back to by like Haywire Mite potentially. All right, let's grab the Opal. Can we have more Timeless Amulet? I don't know. I've been wanting to build Timeless Amulet since like Image 3, and I haven't exactly figured out a good build this whole time. Ooh, they picked up the Saga. Kind of heads up, huh? Why doesn't Titan win more tournaments? Because it's easy to blunder. Yeah, I think your average Titan player, like I know it's just like this like skill. This skill issue thing is just such a meme, but it is just very easy to blunder with the deck. I was playing a deck similar to this recently, and like I went portable hold their amulet, dispatch their Titan, and they could have won on turn 3 through the dispatch Titan if they had played tighter. But instead they just F6 through like Urza's Cave, Teleria West, like 9 mana. It was really weird. But yeah, there is a lot of blundering that happens with Amulet Titan. It's a kind of a weird phenomenon. Or is it propaganda? But also, like, Titan does win a lot of events too. There's just like it's the difference between like a top 5% Amulet player like Mistaken here, or Canister, or Dom, or House of Mana is just it is a different deck in their hands. Okay, the Relic is kind of nice. I was planning on Haywire Miting one of these, but my opponent has played another one. Okay, so we'll just get the Colossus Hammer here. Okay, then I guess I have to play the Relic in order for me to be able to cast the Gearhulk because I don't have Metal Crafts. Yeah, if we had second hammer, that's true. We could go Opal Hammer. I think we need to go Opal to hold up the Relic. Oh yeah. Also, if I had not boarded out my boots, I could have got Opal Boots, killed them. I boarded it out. Needle Analyst. I think it'd be better to hold up the Relic pop. Because this stuff stops Lumra too. Don't have a land drop left, no. We'd get a Saga, probably. Isn't it somewhere John Second Rise and Pioneer? I don't know. I don't play Pioneer. I haven't played Pioneer in over a year. Yeah, yeah. Amulet just won RC Portland, too. That's true. So plays Myconsyth Gardens, which is tough. Then plays a Spelunking. So this is a Lotus. Is a Lotus. Why not Mopal, Portable Hole, and Portable Hole the Amulet? Okay, so if we do that, my opponent has Spelunking Amulet in play. That is only good to play against second Myconsyth Gardens or Myconsyth Gardens or an Amulet here. That's all it does is plays around second Amulet. So I think to me it seems just absolutely correct to instead of play around second copy of Amulet, it seems correct to play around their graveyard loops with the Relic up, right? Lag is good. Lag is gone though. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm not. I'm explaining to you. I'm not trying to. I'm also trying to help you out. I looked this morning and the animations were still on, so maybe it wasn't a different issue. But I'm very glad they fixed it. Good job, Daybreak Games. What about a lower to the ground annual build with basics and border posts? I'm just spitballing. Honestly, sounds bad. Send. Send message. Yeah, I don't know. I think I maybe have played amulets and border posts before. I think in a Keenan shell one time. It was bad. Indeed bad. So no Balacho. Yeah, unfortunately they fixed the lags. So we're back to being Magic Online gamers. Alright, let's go ahead and pack it in here. Let's move on with our day. But yeah, no, it's I am tired of letting the Titan players pretend like the deck is bad or poorly positioned when nothing ever changes about the deck, or besides the deck getting new upgrades all the time. But it's just always a good tournament choice. It won Portland and the 10K the same RC Sunday. Yeah, it's just it's been I think it's been a bad play experience in Modern for a long time. And the defense of the deck it's just becoming more and more ridiculous every day, it feels. So we don't have to rant about Titan all stream, but Alright, so let's go and play it. So we could go Mox Opal, we could go Portable Hold Relic Mox Opal, but then we don't have anything to cast off the Opal. So I think I'm just gonna cast the Smith here. Take a Shadowspear, or sorry, Springleaf Drum. Is Ashiok the best sideboard card if you can play it? Ashiok's pretty good. I definitely have been thinking a little bit more about Ashiok. Like, I think Ketramose decks, like the black-white one, should be playing it. In this build, because we have some ramp, I'm trying out Elesh Norn as my sideboard card, plus like a ton of disenchants. I don't know if this plan is as good. Like, I had more Springleaf Drums before in this build, so maybe could move to something else. But also casting that card is kind of tough in this build. You know, you will get got by Otawara sometimes too. This is probably Sam combo, right? Is Bowmasters good again with copious amounts of Ketramose running around? Bowmasters definitely feels like it's getting better. It does seem like Hollow One is not as popular as I expected it to be, but I also it's kind of weird. Like, there's a weird dynamic going on with Hollow One where I really think people need to stop playing Nethergoyf because they need to be better against Graveyard Hate. And I do think Bowmasters are good in that build, but I think Bowmasters are kind of... It's weird because Bowmasters are kind of only good if... Hold on, sorry. I guess I go Smith into Drum, cast the Portable Hole off the Drum, and then the Opal's online. Alright, more Gearhulks, baby. So we maybe need to spend more time tuning the Hollow One build is I guess what I'm trying to say. But like if Hollow One is very popular and you want to beat the mirror, you can play Bowmaster. But if that's not the case, I think you should just play Vengevine. How good has Vengevine been? So Vengevine is really high variance. I think that it's good. Another thing about Hollow One is I think you should always play Rootwalla, even if you think Vengevine is too high variance and you don't want it. I actually think Rootwalla is just correct to play, period. It's just 0 mana, free card, like a 1/1 or 3/1, you know, depending on how much mana you have. It's basically a free card, you know. Because like you could discard it for value so often, and I'm really high on Rootwalla. Playing Vengevine makes you worse against hate. Yeah, that's true too. So like I think you could play Flameblade Adept over Vengevine, or you could play removal spells at that spot. You could play Phlages potentially. There's like a lot. You could play the other Marco Sharko. Oh, we're wait. Paid actor. Thank you, opponent. All right, so they're dead. Wait, I guess I can't cast. Can I cast Sigarda's Aid, Hammer, and Dispatch? I think I can only cast 2 of those if I get Mox Opal, Sigarda's Aid, Hum. But I guess I can just go Mox Opal. Yeah, I guess we just go Mox Opal, Portable Hole. Yeah, they could chump block 1. That's also an option. I think this is maybe safer. Just do it main phase because of quarter calling, I think. Blue white hollow for Dovin's Vita. Yeah, back to that card, huh? Do you see Dak playing Vengevine and Ketramose combo? No, I mean that's cool. I'd love to take a look. Sounds sick. I'm pretty off social media these days, so I do count on y'all to tell me about some of the sick brews because I'm not like scrolling the internet for deck lists and stuff and posts. Well, opponent's dead on board. Yeah, we should have been turn 3'd here. Thoughts on using Astro Drift and Ketramose? I think Drift is a bad card and Ketramose pairs with a lot of good cards, but I don't know. I could be persuaded, maybe. Cage is pretty nuts against them. Seeing Carrion Feeder, it's a little bit weird because they probably have Seer and Carrion Feeder. Usually it's just Seer, so this seems a bit less reliable against them than it usually would be. Doesn't seem like we need extra Haywire Mites, especially because we have Portable Hole and Cage to answer Birthing Ritual. I think I'm probably even going to cut the second Haywire Mite here. Then probably go down to Sentinel. Dak does love these Heejin Crab builds, huh? What the fuck? Is this just the cheapest creature you can cast from your graveyard for Vengevine? So what does Ketramose work with in this deck? Just Psychic Frog? And I guess Oculus? And your Baithook Arger? This triggers Ketramose? I don't think it does. You just cast it, right? And if it dies, it's triggered. I can keep this in. You can win turn 2. I guess. Can you? I guess in theory with like really good. Obviously you're in this deck. Your crab always lives and you always fetch land on turn 2. But I also feel like it's kind of light on enablers, right? I guess you have crab, secret keeper, frog. Seems a little light on enablers. Excuse me, opponent. I'm trying to play Magic. Catch your combos with Frog and M, finding all Vengevines and Chills. No, I get that. I do get that. But then it is a bit weird that like you also then need to bait hook Augur somehow, right? Like you have to go Frog, that has to live. Ketramose, that has to resolve. You have to have the Imp, and then you do get to go through your deck because like the chills gain you life. I like that. You chill them, and maybe this is just fine, right? Like maybe the Frog just wins most of the time in these spots. Well, they got no cards in their hand. I don't have Metalcraft for Dispatch thanks to Force of Vigor, which pitched an Abrupt Decay. Dead to a top deck sack outlet. Not a top deck sack outlet. And then now we can get Metalcraft by activating Saga and playing the Opal. Smith good enough? Yeah, I've been liking Smith a lot. It's just like it's like almost like a Tarmogoyf that cantrips. maybe that's too high praise for it, but it does feel like that a lot of the time. And then like it digs you for more Gearhulks, and kind of the idea of this build is to win the Ketramose mirrors that we're really trying to just we have Smith, which can find Gearhulk, and Gearhulk, which can find double can double Demonic Tutor, and we're playing Ketramose, and we're playing Dispatch. And so I'm thinking that there's a bit of a Ketramose arms race happening. At least that's kind of how it felt like yesterday to some extent. Opponent needs to get an instep stop or a main phase stop set, I think. There are only 2 cards in exile at the moment, about to be 3. Maybe you should focus less on Ketramose, min-maxing, and shore up your weaknesses against glass cannons. So, one, I do think we have a ton of interactive cards here. We're a Portable Hole, Dispatch, double Haywire Mite, 4 main deck Relic of Progenitus. We have lots of sideboard cards. I brought in a lot of sideboard cards too. I know we're just memeing here a little bit, but when we're talking about Amulet Titan specifically, the glass cannon meme is just, it's so funny because there are just very few cards in the format that are great against it. And it's like Magus of the Moon, Harbinger, which obviously we can't play. Damping Sphere has not been doing anything for me. We are playing Elesh Norn, which I think is about as good as it's going to get. So memes aside, it is rough out here. Okay, so let's get Relic of Progenitus, Mox Opal. Yeah, I know it's sarcasm, but I also kind of want to take the moment to highlight how silly it all is. Bronze 20 months, thank you, welcome back. So I think we win if we find another Mox Opal to haste the Gearhulk here. This is going to be pretty painful, but we'll be able to gain some life back with our Ketramose here. Discard and Surgical the other way. Honestly, it's like Stonebraiding Titan isn't even doing that much against them anymore. They're like, they have Lumra and Colossus and Aftermath Analyst. It's like just kind of easy for them to still win. Yeah, the card Blood Moon is not very good against Titan. I agree because of all these Besages. So I don't know, just a bit silly. Wait, they have Court of Calling? If they had another Bowmaster in their deck, they could have killed me. A cool part was Stitcher Supply turn to Oculus. I totally didn't see Supplier in that list that was sent. Maybe I missed it. I've seen most people doing Ketramose Relic. Is there any reason Relic over Ghost Vacuum? Pre-Ketramose Vacuum, I think, was being picked over Relic for most people. Yeah, I mean, sincerely, did you watch this turn? Relic of Progenitus drew me 4 cards this turn. I tutored it because it was going to draw me 4 cards and let Ketramose immediately attack. What would Ghost Vacuum have done? Draw me 1 card and Ketramose doesn't attack. So I feel like this should be kind of clear. All right, see if they find another tutor or sack outlet. Aren't I dead to sack outlet? I mean, I didn't know they had Court of Calling, and I didn't know they were going to top deck another Court of Calling. I do think maybe I got a little... I maybe flew a little too close to the sun here. I'll admit that. I was also like really hyper-focused for some reason, thinking I could maybe kill them with the Gearhulk this turn. Alright, let's go to game 3. Keith, the 4 months, thank you, welcome back. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Mako Monument in the challenge tomorrow. Fat Leonard getting caught in the crossfire. I play Needle. So the problem is they played Carry and Feeder, so they have both Carry and Feeder and Viserys here. They didn't fix the lag. No, the lag has been fine today. We have not experienced lag. I don't know if it's like a random thing, because it's like that sometimes, but it's been pretty good today so far. Can we get Fat Leonard unbanned? They got caught in the crossfire here. Please, Leonard. That was a water crust? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The internet has been a really wild place. It's kind of hard to tell what the fuck is going on ever anymore. I was curious why you'd hold the wall instead of the cat. I thought that it was more relevant to deny the man at the moment, but... Does Needling Familiar do anything? I guess you could Needle Familiar. But we also have the cages, which are so much better than the needles. Okay, this... You can't blame the mods here. Someone came in the chat and said, please, mods, can you ban me? I don't want this channel recommended. Which one? Mean, I guess. And then they just misclicked on Leonard. It was, it was fine. But... I don't know. Too early for this. Apprentice Marionette. Yeah, I guess banning channels stops it from being recommended. I mean, that's the implication there. Yeah, I'm sure you can probably just go right click. I don't want to see this channel instead of being a weird little asshole in the chat, but that's never stopped anybody on the internet before. So if I besiege or if I dispatch the Viserys here, my opponent has a Besiege You or an Abrupt Decay, we get blown out pretty bad. They pitched to Sam here. They're also getting back the Fungus, which is a little bit scary. I don't see much reason to float the mana because we're in our upkeep here too. They're going to just immediately Fungus me? Well, I was going to tutor that with the Saga. I think that's probably going to get Fungused now. Okay, guess not. My thoughts to people coming up to me on tournaments. I like it. I love to see the chatters. The vast majority of people are super nice. I've had like maybe 2 negative interactions in person. Maybe 3. But the vast majority of y'all are awesome, and I like talking to you. Yeah, both were bad. One of them was like not... 2 of them were kind of bad, but one of them, this guy came up to me and goes, "Hey Spike, can I get you to sign something?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'd love to sign something." And he opens this binder and it's just hentai. And I'm like, "I'm not gonna sign that." So that's all I said. And then he's like, okay. Is all he said, and then I moved on. It was very funny. One of my good friends, the guy who's actually gonna be my best man, was there to witness that. It was so weird. I think we're gonna play Smith over make a Saga token here. Rep Poison with the 17 months. Thank you, welcome back. Appreciate ya. You see they added a CED tournament to Hunter Burden? No, that's cool. Was it any good? No, that's why I didn't sign it, because it was just low quality. Of course. I thought everyone understood that. Do not get Haywire Mite, because it got Grafdigger's Cage in play. Kind of shocked how long they've sat on this fungus. So I was going to get a Springleaf Drum. I think I'm still getting Springleaf Drum. Yeah, I'll be at the Hunter Burn. I basically... I haven't missed in like probably 7 years now. Since before I was streaming. Maybe 8 years. Top 8 at one of them. So another Grafdigger's Cage seems pretty nice to get. Doesn't seem like I should be going for Sigarda's Age Hammer against the fungus. Do I grab a Saga? I've already played a land this turn. I think grabbing the Saga is fine. Pure Bane, 27 months. Thank you. Welcome back. So they kill a cage here. So I guess they're going to Court of Calling now. I'm going to play any of the other Gearhulks in Modern. So there are some fringe applications for the blue-white one, I think. I think the red-green one. So I think the blue-white one fits in repurposing base shells, potentially, because you have a lot of 4s, like Frogmere Enforcer, Frogmite, and Refurbished Familiar. I think we were just talking about that one. So you won't be able to like sack 4s into 5s in some grindy shells, and so I have like 1 or 2 blue-white Gearhulks in some drafts of repurposing bay that never made it to the stream, but can maybe make it to the stream at some point. And the red-green Gearhulk is maybe interesting to shape anew into, but I think it's maybe just worse than Graz if you're gonna shape anew into like a Crater Hoof type effect. I think maybe Graz turning everything into a 5/3 is actually just better than giving everything +2/+2 Menace Trample. But I'm not sure. I made the board post brew and it actually seems good. I'll take a look. I can't resist a border post deck. Could they have cast cord, tapping fungus, then sack fungus before resolves? Yeah, they should have been able to do that. Sounds like that would work to me. I've been really liking Ingenious Smith. Been playing a bunch of it, weirdly enough. Also loving Gearhulk. Just tap these now. We must build Brightglass Samwise combo, or do we already do that? I haven't done that yet. I think it could be interesting. There's a few little issues, right, where it's kind of difficult to fit Guide and Pride into the deck, and Birthing Ritual, and 3 drops, and Court of Calling, and your tutor targets, and the same combo, if that makes sense? Because it's like, in theory, you want to play Birthing Ritual, you want to be able to go 3 into 4, which is maybe still possible. But it seems tough to be a Gearhulk Birthing Ritual Samwise combo deck, so maybe... It's possible. I haven't looked super close at it. Obviously Gearhulk has just been really good, and we don't need to be too hard on it. All right, let's go and pop a relic here. Why do you need Guide Pride? Oh, I think it's important. Like, if you're gonna play Gearhulk, I think it's important that you can just say it can be combo, interactive, or grindy. Maybe interactive is the same as combo in this context, but. I think it's important that your Gearhulk can be proactive or grindy, and so like I think getting like I don't know how grindy getting Double Collagen Familiar is, you know. But also like Gearhulk has just been so good with Mox Opal, because you just get to like if you need something immediately, you just get to go Mox Opal, cast the thing immediately. which is great. And if you have the mana, it's even better. So I still do, like, it's really weird. Like in my video when I'm talking about Gearhulk, I'm thinking it's mostly a Birthing Ritual card. And then I have not played in a Birthing Ritual deck, and this is like my third Mox Opal Gearhulk deck. But it's just been so good in the Mox Opal decks. It's been like unbelievable. Okay, so Amulet, Border Post. What the fuck? Shocked to see a Domination Angel jump scare. It's 5-minute brew. It's okay, white boy. I just, you know, I just don't have notes. How weak is this to Flash Fires? Not that weak, because nobody plays that card, I guess. I think I need to bleed on the Saga here. Keep working on it, though, you know, if you believe in it. Just seems like much worse than regular Titan, right? I don't even really know why that's a border post deck. Collector's Cage seems Honda Curve seems okay. Yeah, I think it seems okay. You could try to retool it into a bigger Collector's Cage build. I do think that could be possible. Uh-oh. Did Daybreak cave to my blusher threats? Yeah, the lag has been good today. Which is good because I also couldn't figure out how to like manually unlock everything on PC. I 100%ed it on mobile. And I was trying to either import my save or unlock everything, and I was following instructions and it wasn't working. I don't know what I was doing wrong. As usual. Do you think Breach is no longer on the chopping block in the new Black-White Ketramose meta? I don't know. You know, there's been a lot of talk about Breach, and you know, I was saying a lot last week that I feel like the Ketramose deck is likely going to be really good against Breach. I got a lot of pushback on that. I've been getting a lot of pushback on Ketramose being really nuts. But it does seem that the Ketramose deck is chomping up the Breach decks in the challenges. I've been beating it really consistently. I do think, yes, Black-White Ketramose is maybe emerging as like the new deck to beat. It's too early to say that, but it's been doing really well in tournaments, and I do think it's you know, keeping Breach contained for now. So as I don't really want to talk about bans so much, but I am enjoying the modern format, and I'm glad to see more natural metagame evolution. This is really like something that modern players aren't used to. They're used to modern getting fixed with bans and unbans, and it's especially lately it's just been so bad. But since the big shakeup with the looting Green Sun Opal twin unban, we have just seen a pretty normal metagame evolution, where it's like we just go from like the meta is like creativity into Oculus, into energy, into Eldrazi, into Breach, into like Black-White's popping up. I don't know if Black-White was ever the most popular deck, but I think it just is now. And so, like, to have like 6 little mini eras is really cool, and I hope it continues to evolve and change. Like this just it has not been how Modern has been for a long time. Oh, Perion with the 16 months. Hope you're doing well. So I was going to get an Opal. Now we're going to get a Haywire Mite, I guess. I mean, Ketramose was legal for Showcase Challenge. It's still 6 Breach in top 8. It's also, like, the most recent challenges, Ketramose has been really dominant. And I guess, quite frankly, like, I don't... Like, not that many people play Ketramose in that challenge because it wasn't very widely available due to cost. I think that that's a pretty accurate thing to say. Why do you think Black-White is beating Breach? So, like, being a main deck Thoughtseize Relic deck is a really good formula to beat Breach game 1. Like, Relic is really good against them game 1, and then sideboard games, they board in an extra win condition. If Breach players start playing 2 win conditions in the main, it does become more difficult, maybe. But I think it's a good formula against them at the moment. So this is one dynamic. Another dynamic is you get to play a ton of really, really premium sideboard cards against them, and that's a good way to beat them too. Does Eldrazi go over the top of Ketramose? Yeah, I do think Eldrazi has a good Ketramose matchup, so it almost seems like we maybe just have a healthy metagame dynamic. You could win sometimes, but it is tough to win. I think we keep this since this turns on the drum. Maybe we can find a portable hole, get rid of the Bowmaster. John's from yesterday had no teamer in top 8, one in top 16. I do think the black-white's good. Who cares about normal challenges that are 10 plus a week? Let's see the next important one and check top 8. I bet on Breach still. I mean, that's fine. To say, who cares about data that doesn't support my point is, like, I think a little silly. I think it's, like, really relevant data, especially because, like, if we're talking about the showcase, Ketramose was just not widely available for that event. It wasn't available on rental services. It was prohibitively expensive. I feel like these challenges are, like, in a lot of ways more important data because the Ketramoses are more widely available. But I just in general, I do caution you against this like saying stuff, who cares about this point about this data that doesn't support my point? Let's wait until data comes out that does support my point. You know, I think this is a trap a lot of people fall into, and maybe myself included, but just you know, kind of musing a bit. Mox Opals are prohibitively expensive. Not on Magic Online. They're easily accessible via rental services. What is this? A Ballista. One card in their hand. Hope it's not a Yawgmoth. Isn't this straight up dishonesty if there's no convincing argument to dismiss the data? What I said? I don't know what even I have literally no idea what you're talking about, but like what you're referring to. I do think that there's a chance that Breach is still a very dominant deck in Modern. This is a very ice cold take, a very uninteresting take, I think. Of course, Breach could still be a really dominant deck in Modern. I don't think anybody really needs this to be spelled out for them. But also like but Black White has been doing very, very well in challenges this week, and it does seem to be pushing Dimir out of the metagame. So let's keep looking at the data and see what happens. And in general, I think you should just try to have an unbiased attitude, and you should try to you could try to predict what happens, but I just be careful of dismissing challenge results that, you know, are conflict with your impression of whatever's going on. I feel like this is a pretty normal thing to say. So my opponent can just deal 1 damage to the Smith, right? So I should be able to block this pretty cleanly. What am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Let's find out, I guess. Yeah, I think if they just lose the Ballista for this is fine. Is this not fine? I think it's fine. Yeah, I know we already have the 1 damage, but like I just didn't think they were just actually offering this exchange. Maybe I'm missing that this exchange isn't as good for me as I thought, but I feel like it's fine. Maybe it's not. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we are kind of cooked. In support of what you said, if you're dismissing it without good reasons, dishonest. I mean, I don't think it's dishonest. Like, you know, this. I would not use the word dishonest. I just think it's I think there's a difference between like a logical fallacy and flawed thinking. When you're arguing about cards on the internet, I don't think you should accuse someone of being dishonest. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. And you know, lately I've had a lot of people talk about me, and like there seems to be people that are under the impression that Like, I get upset about this kind of stuff, but I don't. I've been joking a lot about, you know, arguing about cards on the internet because I like to talk about this kind of stuff, and I don't think it's so serious that you should accuse someone of being dishonest about something like this. Yeah, I guess this was a bad block on my part. What about Raven Feeblement as Ketramose Black White Hate card? I think it seems fine. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than ooh. Okay, so I need to do this now. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than Dismember. So I'm not exactly sure this keeps me alive. I block this, I go to 6, and I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang. And I can't equip the boots for the 1 extra point of life because I have to tap the Ketramose. Yeah, but I like the idea of Raven Feeblement. I like that it doesn't cost you a lot of life against the Ketramose deck. Seems cool. Thanks for giving people the benefit of the doubt, not assuming the worst. Yeah, like I play things up sometimes and I try to entertain y'all, but like we're arguing about cards on the internet. It really isn't that serious. It's fun. It's fun for me to get kind of heated, but you should never be genuinely upset when you argue with Magic cards, you know. I love Gearhulk. It's tough looking through stuck in hand. I agree. This will happen sometimes with 4 drops, right? Again, we're dead on board. We're just going to make sure, or see if our opponent misses. Oh, dang it. No. Alright, that was the worst Ketramose I've had. Alright, Cage's in. Needle's in. Sentinel's out. Arguments of things that don't matter are the best kind of arguments. Yeah, I agree, actually, because they're just very fun. They're just very fun. I think 2 mites is a good number. It's good to know you find it fun. I won't complain about you young and shiny. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people have been under the impression I don't have fun doing what I do. And I recognize I've given that impression because I try to entertain y'all about yelling. But when I say I like arguing about cards on the internet, I genuinely do. This is why I do it. And I have the sickest job in the world. It's very, very fun. It's very fun to argue about cards on the internet and to rage about Amulet Titan. I'm having a really good time. Yeah, I know this pile is crazy. Is Gearhulk functional our Saga deck? Yeah, so you maybe have not catched previous streams, but we trophied with Gearhulk in our Hammer deck, and it seems that there's not a lot of tension. There's some tension, but it's pretty often the case that you get to make colored mana with your Saga by floating a floated colorless, and you get a Drum or an Opal. This lets you cast your Gearhulk, and then you can use that floating mana to cast something you tutor with the Gearhulk. This has been happening a lot in this deck, in Scales, and in Hammer. Do you have more hate towards Amulet Titan or against Path to Exile? It's pretty close at the moment. Pretty close. Started working on Esper control with Binding and Ketramose. Okay, I will show my build, which is the backup deck, and then we'll look at yours. So I think there's 2 ways you can go with this. So I think you can either play Psychic Frog as like an additional threat and no Leyline Binding, or you can play Wrath Disguise plus Tune the Narrative. So my build, this is what my build is looking like. This is the backup deck. Was kind of torn between this and Abzan today. Let's see if you have any techie wacky to check out. I thought about playing Monumental Hinge, but I think that's a different build. So main deck Elesh Norn is kind of interesting. Yeah, very similar. So you're basically -2 Prismatic Ending, +2 Elesh Norn in the main. I have my Elesh Norns on the side. I don't love Stony Silence in the Relic build. Like, I think Relics plus Ketramose is just too important to play Stony. Especially when, like, you bring this in against Breach. So, like, are you boarding out your Relics against them? It's a little weird. 4 Scolding is kind of crazy. Very close. Okay, I'm only playing 1 Force. What else am I playing? Oh, you're playing... I'm playing 2 more lands than you. Interesting. Should try March of Otherworldly Light. I'm not a big fan of that card. That card is good against exactly Urza Saga, and not super good against anything else, I guess. Any interest in playing Standard for a week or two with the new set out? I guess not that much interest, unfortunately. I really especially like with this set, like it's obviously something we could do at some like with new sets come out, but Aether Drift is incredibly impactful to Modern. It's an incredibly impactful to Modern set, so it's really important that I keep working on Modern. But I think if we ever have a Standard set that's not that impactful to Modern, then I can get time to get in there. But it's I'm not close to being done to working on Aether Drift cards, and we're deep into week 2, and we have a lot to do still. So it just doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to really work on Standard. Like, it always feels like by the time I could get over to Standard, format is like kind of solved. Not solved, but like really far, like too advanced. I'm too far behind. Play Saga turn 1. Yeah, you play Saga turn 1 pretty often. Like, this Saga turn 1 could let me get a second Relic and then double draw off the Ketramose. I could get Grafdigger's Cage, I could get Needle. You play Saga turn 1 pretty often. I know March's the way to convert the cards from Ketramose to the tempo. I know this is mean, but unironically true. What? The cards from Ketramose... Oh, I see. I don't know. I don't think that's a good argument for it, but I see what you're saying. So they rumble over Dryad Arbor, Yawgmoth, Halfling, Thoughtseize. Can't take the Thoughtseize, thankfully. That card would be crazy here. They do choose the Delighted Halfling. I think I am just going to get a second Relic here. It's just worth so many cards. Although if I'm drawing a Relic, I guess then I can get Grafdigger's Cage. So animations weren't removed, but the lag is fixed. Although I guess I haven't checked if the animations were removed this morning. I checked last night. Did I not sideboard? Okay, it looks like I didn't click OK on my sideboarding. So hopefully we can steal this game. I'm not sure how that happened. Sorry about that. Hey, Canister. Yeah, the lag is better today. Let's check if the animations got removed. Because I've been assuming that's what it was. Obviously, maybe it's not. No, the animations were not the problem, maybe. Good job, Daybreak Games. I issue a formal apology. Yeah, Monument plus Life from the Loam plus Seismic Assault is something we've talked a little bit about. Definitely something I'm interested in doing. Don't hover, your client's not broken, begin to lag soon. Really? That would be funny. I would imagine it happens for the whole client. Yeah, but maybe we'll do Monument, Loam, Seismic Assault tomorrow in between rounds of the challenge. My take on Loam on... Let's take a look. So 4 cycle lands. I think this number is kind of interesting. 4 main deck Web Strike Elite. Not a card I've played with, but maybe a good opportunity to try it out. I'm still not a very big Artist Talent fan, especially when you just have so many like kind of do nothing tap out enchantments. I like that you have Woodlands in the deck. How was Web Strike Elite been? I have not seen that card in action, I think. Yeah, it looks cool, JR. Overperforms each time. Cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Good feedback. Do you think Tripwire should be put into Modern? I don't know what that card is. It's a commander card? Destroy target creature with horsemanship. Yeah, a little too good. Wow, I get to leave up Dispatch or Relic Pop. Pretty good. Have no idea how many cards Ketramose has drawn. Have a Tangle Wire? I would be kind of down for Tangle Wire. Okay, and then finally Goblin Engineer could do something. That card's 3 mana. It's green though. I see it's green. Interesting. So it's kind of like kill a creature with flying. I guess we dispatch on our turn for the card. Didn't even get the card. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the sideboarding, but in come the cages, in come the needles, out come the sentinels. What's weird is I don't remember like the sideboard I remember doing this. I remember clicking submit, and then I don't remember like 3 minutes ticking down, but I am very scatterbrained, so I don't know. I took out talent for 2 main axes. Cool, that makes sense. 3 losses to Hollow One. Cool. I just haven't been running into it. Maybe Hollow One's more popular than I thought. We should play some more Hollow One. I've been wanting to make Seismic Assault work with Necro Dominance. That seems tough for sure. Taking your Mopal mid-range deck to Axion this weekend. Awesome, cool. I do think this deck's pretty nice. Makes sense with Gearhulk. Well, holy fuck, is a lot of 1-drops. Yeah. I guess we have some Haywire Mites that we can get off Saga for Chalice. Not sure if this is a turn 1 Saga hand or not. See what we draw, see what they do. Makes me pretty weak to Force of Vigor, but I think that's true anyways. But this does let me go Relic into potentially Needle Mox Opal, but Needle Mox Opal Dispatch. And then the following turn, I can float a mana off Mox Opal, get another Mox Opal, cast a Gearhulk, cast whatever I get off of it. Kill the bird. Dispatch only exiles a creature if you have 3 or more artifacts in play. I could not do that on turn 1. This is not an artifact. This is not 1 mana exile target creature. Has a little bit of a deck building restriction. Be a Bowmaster? Okay, it's fine. Seems like I can get Lush Portico, cast Needle. Yeah, cast Needle, dispatch the Hierarch. So I'm casting a Gearhulk next turn. It's a little bit weird that not, like, I think having this for Cauldron or Grist can be pretty important. Let's keep it. Dispatch feels so good to cast. It feels so good to cast. I'm playing Black-White Ketramose. I'm trying to think of cards that help deal with Torpor and Elesh Norn. White deals with March, but both don't seem ideal. Giant Killer can be fine by Overlord, but only kills Norn. Any ideas? Yeah, I've been playing Vindicate in the sideboard of my Black-White deck. So like, it's what's really cool is that like one of the most common Torpor Orb decks is Eldrazi, where they go Karn for Torpor Orb, and your ability to vindicate either the Karn or the Orb and their lands is super nice. The fact it can kill their Utopia Sprawl land, their Ugin's Labyrinth, their Temple, and you can also be an Alto Orb. And then I also bring it in against Elesh Norn. So I'm feeling pretty safe at the moment. So I don't think we need to get Mox Opal, Grafdigger's Cage. We can get like Portable Hole, Grafdigger's Cage. We could get Saga. We could get Sigarda's Aid Hammer too. Lag has been fixed today. They did a good job. Good job, Daybreak Games. Pretty weak to another interactive card. I don't think we need to. Very tempting though. Yeah, Norn is starting to see play. I would say it's a pretty recent development. Not saying it's an auto include in all green decks, but I've been shocked by how good Goyf has looked. Do you want to elaborate on that? Where have you been playing? What matchups has it been good in? They fixed the Saga bug. Yeah, we just resolved Saga this turn, right? No, we got Besage. We have Saga today. Good job, Daybreak Games. Magic has improved my vocabulary. I think so obscure words and names. Yeah, I've been writing some lately, and I agree. All right, let's start with Cage to try to bait out a Court of Calling. No Court of Calling. So I think we go Portable Hold the Wall of Roots, and the Needle, the Cauldron. Yeah, you'd fetch with Saga, then couldn't do anything, but you could restart Magic Online to do something. It was a bit weird. Abstruse Appropriation. That card is kind of sick, yeah. That's one I've really wanted to cast. So slow though. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Feeling pretty good here. So Yawgmoth, Friending Halfling, the milled over Force of Vigor, so can't cast that one. Choose a Delighted Halfling. They now, I mean, this is assuming they have the plan of removing the Needle on Cauldron and then activating the Cauldron. But I have the Relic in play, so not sure if this was correct. Not a bad draw. That's a sorry for the slow play. I don't even feel like they have been playing slow. Like compared to like the lag the last couple days, it has been pretty good. Playing on a virtual shoot machine on Mac OS, says opponent. Yeah, definitely gaming at work. Is Gearhulk good in the Lantern deck? Is water wet? I don't know. So as far as like Lantern goes, I liked our Restore Balance Lantern deck. I thought that seemed to be a good way to build Lantern as an archetype. It doesn't exactly seem to me like traditional Lantern has any has a lot going for it. But I think like the Restore Balance plan complemented the Lantern plan pretty well. And so I'm not that interested in returning to a more normal version of that deck, if that makes sense. All right, Shadowspear time. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that Gearhulk doesn't fit well into that deck. Okay, bouncing back from the balanced Amulet Titan match. Glass Cannon deck. 2-1 now. Okay, happy to play the Ketramose mirror here. Very interested to see, like, confirm my suspicions if this is a good way to just go over the top of the mirrors. Hoping to find a Mox Opal so my Smith can block Ophelia. That's okay. They pitched a Witch Enchanter. IGG Zeddy. Opponent's jaw dropping at my hand here. What are they supposed to do? I will play Mutate in my main event. I can never say the city's name. I'm completely undecided on my list, however. Good luck to you. Let me know how it goes. Could Yogg side in a couple copies of Ketramose against the Hape? Maybe. I mean, you could also just main deck one as a core target, trigger it with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Guess you don't have much else. Yeah, you can maybe side one. I'm not sure if it really makes that much sense on like your game plans, but good to think about, I think. I think we are just grabbing another relic. Yeah, I've been wanting to play Ketramose and either Mardu or Esper Gorios. It's definitely on my to-do list. What do you think is the strongest standard set since Eldraine? I feel like Neo, DMU, Ikora are probably top 3. You didn't put Theros on there? Neon Dynasty's definitely not even close, if I'm gonna be honest. Like Kaldheim, Theros. Ikora is also maybe stronger, but it's so hard to evaluate. I'll probably put Eldraine over Ikora. Also, what set had beans? The return to Eldraine, I guess. Well, this is okay. We just have a second Ketramose. Yeah, Kaldheim and Theros are definitely like my next two. Yeah, Neo is like Boseiju, Fable, maybe like one other card. Okay, so I'm going to Solitude my Ketramose. Am I just going to go Brightglass Gearhulk for 2 portable holes and then save the Ketramose for later? Can only cast one of the portable holes, I guess. It's fine. We have Relic up for the Emperor of Bones. All the channel lines to see, but yeah, sure, Odawara, yeah. But like, it's just not on the same level as like breaking the modern format. Like I would even say like Zendikar with the MDFCs that led for like gave Belcher and Oopsal spells and gave Omnath, like that was a pretty busted set too. We also get Sigarda's Aid. It doesn't seem like the time. You know, one thing, we haven't really gone for the Sigarda's Aid stuff very much. Just something to think about. What's in Kaldheim? Tybalt's Trickery and Valky. They were just absolutely broke Modern in half. Maybe they have an Ephemerate. Ephemerate would be pretty good. Yeah, I haven't seen any of... There's more Final Fantasy cards. Haven't seen any today. Thoughts on a Ketramose, Orzhov, the Rockless, things like Dothi, Surgical, Murderous Cut. I've been playing a lot of Black-White Ketramose. You can find my list on the Mox Field. And I feel pretty good about my list at the moment. Truffle with the 33 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay. We're gaming. They took Portable Hole? Is their last card another Ephemerate? That would be so crazy. I think I have to get another Relic, right? It totally does feel like they have the Ephemerate. Not drawing a lot of spells either. Okay, there's a really relevant dispatch. So it seems important for me to have the dispatch up, and you know, so I can dispatch in response to Ephemerate. I haven't seen much in the way of Basim, despite you playing a lot of artifact decks. Is Basim not good enough for modern? It's good enough, but there's like some weird tension with some of the new artifact cards that get printed, and you know, also kind of simply put, like the best new artifact that got printed is Brightglass Gearhulk, and that's a green white card. Kind of tough to pair it with Basim. Oh boy, do I want this Gearhulk, baby! Seems like I should probably grab the Portable Hole. I've been liking Ingenious Smith so far. Also, this build getting access to dispatch for Elesh Norn, I don't think I've talked about this yet, but this seems like a pretty nice part of this matchup. Couldn't we have played Smith first while keeping Drum up for dispatch? Well, the problem is you have to tap the Ketramose for that, and I would prefer to keep my Ketramose untapped because I'm at 9. Like, I literally have no idea how many cards Ketramose drew me this turn. Like, 8, maybe? maybe 7? Something like that. I guess I have an idea. Okay, Ellie's in. I think we're gonna cut the Boots, Hammer, Sigarda's Aid. Looks good. A water amount of cards, yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike. Alright, sorry about that. Let's keep this hand. Wasn't it 4, Relic, X3, Portable Hole? No, we had double Relic tap, and then we exiled the Relic, which is 3, then an extra card off the Relic itself, but not off the Ketramose plus the Portable Hole. So it was at least 5. Not a bad pickup. I guess I don't want to tap the Relic, though, because I want cards to be in the yard for the Ketramose. Kind of weird. Seems correct, I guess. I can also go next turn Relic, Opal, Ketramose, tap both Relics. Exile the Opal and the Grave. If this matchup looks really, really good, by the way, then this is super important, you know. It's super important for this matchup to be like crushing in our favor, because that's kind of the whole idea behind playing this version of the deck, is to win the arms race here. Okay, there'll be plenty of cards to get back. But it might not be super lopsided. All right, a Solitude or a Ketramose. They don't choose Solitude. They choose Ketramose. If they do have a Solitude, we get to draw a card off this Relic and a card off the Ketramose. And they go -2 cards in their hand. Maybe I should have cast the Mox Opal to pop the Relic. I think that they have the Solitude. I think I'm going to force this issue here. Your turn. Is Saga still bugged? No, everything seems fixed. Good job, Daybreak Games. Let's go. Lag gone. Saga bug gone. Fast. Blackmail works. Ultimatums. We're going to need more ultimatums on this channel. All right, there's a Solitude. So goodbye, Ketramose. Let's go! Yeah, the lag is gone. We haven't had any lag today. Yeah, I don't think the animations didn't turn off, so I guess I was wrong. Formal apology. All right, so let's put this on the stack. Draw a card. All right, now we found another Ketramose. Yeah, I agree. It seems like they have the Ephemerate. Wow, Spike, this brew seems powerful. Congrats. This is high praise from Bolt. Every day for 4 years. Spike, is this card bad? Spike, is this card bad? Is this card that's in your deck bad? Not today. Bolt likes the list. Wow, targeting the Sentinel first. Plays around Ephemerate, or Dispatch rather, really well. Play this on Shadow tomorrow? Maybe. I wanted to play the Monument deck, but could play this one. Seems a good way to turn on this extra Ketramose here to get another relic in play. Bolt approved. Let's go. I watch your stream regularly. Decent results against often top tier decks. Do you feel like the format has a lot more to offer? The top decks may be more consistent, or people tend to play safe? No, they're good. I mean, there's like a little bit of a mix of all of this. Like, there's also just the reality that that most people don't have the time or the effort or the resources to test like I do. But I've been doing this for like 5 years now, and it does absolutely seem to be the case that the format is really open, and there, like, just in general, there's a lot you can do in Modern that's underexplored on any average metagame. That's been my philosophy, that's been my experience, and I hope it inspires you a little bit maybe to start cooking if this is something you're interested in doing. There's a Gearhulk. And there's an Elesh Norn. More cards, please. I didn't draw enough cards this turn. Literally, I was saying all last week that Ketramose is like very comparable to Oko. Maybe Ketramose is better than Oko. And I don't know. Oh, I got a lot of pushback on that too. but it's sure for a card that it is really often a lot better than Oko. You know, you never see Oko do anything this crazy the turn it comes down. Can it be Titan? No, of course not. Although Oko's not very good against Titan either. I'm still trying to figure out how to break the glass cannon. Bricked on the Overlord here. And then this is just a creature. So we actually don't have a good attack with the Ketramose. I think I just not tapping the relic on my turn. Well, total's not the highest here. Hi, Spike. I'm a daily hate watcher. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. I just want to know whether you think the hate watch meta has grown stale. I feel like Titan bait has been overdone now. Hard to say. Hard to say. I didn't know I had daily hate watchers. Good morning to you. Why not attack all? +4 life. Doesn't that give them a good... I guess it doesn't give them a good attack back because it could block here, huh? Can double up my Gearhulk triggers here. This is, again, no hate watchers after this, surely. Surely. So I think we are going to get an Opal. Another Saga. I'm out of relics already. Didn't realize that. Kind of weird to put it on the Ketramose, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I boarded out the Sigarda Hammer. I thought it made sense to do in this matchup. Why not on the Karnstruct? Because they just have Ketramose, which is indestructible, so they get to just block it. But if I attack like this, then if they block anything with Ketramose and another thing, I get to kill the other thing. Does that make sense? I probably should have said this, but yeah, like anything else I equip on, they just get to put out Ketramose in front of. But if I attack like this, because it has Menace and Indestructible, I just get to kill the second thing. I know it's kind of a weird situation. And then let's go ahead and... Oh my gosh, sorry. Didn't flip the mana. Oops, never mind. Play Sentinel. Meant to move the spear over, not a big deal. Oh, I could have activated the spear. Right. Dude, that's another actually like pretty big dynamic of this matchup, isn't it? But we should be able to get them with it this time. But yeah, I guess that would have been a good reason. Still can't activate the spear. Oh wait, does the Shadowspear turn off my Ketramose too? Just opponents, okay. We'll just text with the spear. I'm sorry, there's a lot going on. Hate Watcher is back online. I move it over to the Gearhulk so it can get in. Okay, so if I attack with everything and my opponent double blocks the Elesh Norn, they take 6, 7, plus 13. That's lethal, so I can attack with the Elesh Norn. Dumbledore, 50 months. Appreciate you. What deck am I the most proud of brewing all time? I actually think I just make it a philosophy to not brag about accomplishments, to just leave it all on the scoreboard and let you form your own opinions about what you like on the channel, what you don't like on the channel. I don't really believe in bragging about your accomplishments in general. Just leave it on the scoreboard. Go to the next day. Yeah, they could flash into Solitude. That's true. At minimum, we could say yeah. Saga for Shadowspear does seem to be a pretty big game changer. I agree. I guess sorry, we should have also probably drawn a card first, huh? Being proud equals bragging. Talking about accomplishments on stream in general is just not something I want to do. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not a big deal, but it's just not something I believe in doing. It's not something I'm interested in doing either. All right, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. That matchup seems pretty exciting, though. Like, I'm interested in talking about what I'm doing now. I'm interested in showing off my new ideas. You know, I'm not very interested in being Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. Back in the day, I could put Arc-like Phoenixes into play. You know. Gearhulk seems pretty cool in Primal Prayers. Well, it just stinks that you can't cast it for Primal Prayers. So we're gonna mold to 6. I think you probably have to keep on 6. Island go. I guess I'm hoping this is a frog. Yeah, whenever Bolt says my deck is good, that's when I know the deck is good. Whoa! Thank you, Esper Sentinel. Maybe drew the perfect card. So let's stop an Oculus from getting cast here. Hopefully they don't just cast Ketramose. Seems like casting this portable hole is fine. They're going to get to cycle the Relic, but it stops them from like doing much with Ketramose. And it turns my Mox Opal online, which is really nice for my Gearhulk next turn. There it is. So it's nice to remove the Relic, but pretty scary. Maybe we'll find our own copy. I think I'm just getting Sigarda's Aid Hammer. I guess we could have played. We should have played out the Mox Opal. Oh, this is Menace. Never mind. Oh. So I drew my Ketramose. Okay. See if this resolves. Interesting that they just. I mean, maybe they just think I have more hammers in the deck. Guess that would make sense. Could maybe played a hammer as a bait card here. I guess awkward for me to have not played my fetch. Because now I can't equip my Shadowspear and keep Ketramose on top. They pitched an Oculus, which we kind of figured was in their hand, though. Do we play Outs to opposing Ketramose? Yeah, we have 4 Dispatch. So let's attack. Yeah, also the Shadowspear lets us turn off the Indestructible, but it's kind of minor. Gearhulk and Ketramose feels too greedy in the same deck. Well, I mean, that's... I think in a general sense, sure. It's been working out pretty good so far. Well, that's really bad. Did we not want to equip Shadowspear? I don't want to equip Shadowspear at the cost of shuffling my Ketramose. No. And in fact, part of what we're doing with the whole Gearhulk Ketramose plan is to be good in these kind of matchups. We just crushed Black-White. This Esper build, this is the second time I've played against it with the Ketramose deck. And I mean, this is maybe sounds kind of basic, but counterspells have been pretty nice. Okay. So let's equip 5, 6... 5, 6, 7. So if I draw a land, I could just equip the hammer. So we should probably cast it. Although I guess one problem is I can't fetch shock to do that. And we get stubbed anyways. PT meta drop, a lot of mice, interesting. Guy with the 63 months, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you. 4 cards in their hand over there. A lot of good top decks on our end. Not a bad one. So am I trading 5 life for 4 life? I think I am with me having no cards in my hand. I guess it's 5 life for 3 life because we trample over for 1. No! I didn't activate the spear! No! Okay, it's okay. We'll get it next turn. Sorry, I totally forgot again. It's just obviously you always have these like weird interactions when you're playing a new deck. So frustrating. Gotta learn somehow. Okay, so obviously bailed out. It's just, yeah, no opponent knows. It's like these like new interactions. You just always, it always takes me like several times to remember. Wait till after damage is on to activate. Okay, that's also a good trick with the first strike. So they probably have another one too, right? They're not gonna make that mistake again. Oh, I could have still activated it after damage, huh? Okay, we've learned. No. And they get the card. A Christmas movie, the 23 months. Thank you, welcome back. All right, I'm gonna relic and pop here, I think. Let's calculate with the boots. So we go boots on this construct. Cast Portable Hole, 7 power. They block one of the 7 power creatures. Or they block the 8 power creature. They take 7 plus 4, which is 13, and they're dead. Okay. Do I have to cast the Portable Hole? Yeah. That's 11. 7 plus 4 is not 13. Fuck. You're right. I do have to cast, 7 plus 4, 11. Streamer, didn't graduate college. So if they block the Gearhulk, they go up to 13, and then they take 13. So they do have to, they can't block the Gearhulk, at least. Always double count, I guess. Three cards in their hand, 2 cards in their hand. Cracking the fetch is a little bit weird. Surveilling. I do think this line was still fine. Cycles on Earth after putting a Sink into the Stupor in the graveyard. Which is a little bit weird because Sink is a card that like kept them alive. So maybe they have another removal spell in their hand here. How close are we to hard equipping hammer? My hammer got countered. But we are 1 mana short. If you had a relic, you could kill them here, which is funny. If I had a relic, you could kill them here. I mean, obviously I don't have a firm grasp on what's going on this game, but I'm a little confused how relic moves the needle. Crazy how it said we had to be. I built this deck to chomp up the other Ketramose decks while still playing a lot of like good interaction. Is the general idea, and you're gonna lose a Titan maybe, but that was the idea here. Doesn't seem like the portable holes are very good. We want some number still for like Relic and Frog. Maybe they're fine. We don't really have much to bring in. I don't really want to bring in Cage against Unearth and Oculus when I have 4 relics. Made any progress on Market Back Walker Scales list are basically unplayable. We played it with Gearhulk yesterday, and we went 3-2. It seemed like fine. I think that it maybe not the best version of these Gearhulk decks, but the Gearhulk draw Mox Opal plan has been really good, which is why we're exploring it. In Hammer, we 5-0 with that. In Scales, we 3-2'd with that. And now in this shell, which is just like the fair deck. Is there a reason we're playing Natural State over Fragmentize? Yes, instant speed is incredibly relevant when killing Underworld Breach is like the most important thing. Yeah, second Shadowspear on the board. Any thoughts on Monument, Basim, Asmo, Kappa Cannoneer deck? I wasn't playing Basim or Kappa Cannoneer in my build. I feel like they didn't fit very well. I played a lower to the ground build, and it kind of felt clunky still. So, yeah, just kind of moved on for now. Natural State versus Nature's Claim. So, yeah, let me know if there's any... I mean, there's, like, basically no leyline bindings in the format. There's not really any leylines we care. I guess maybe Domain Zoo is popular enough to want to play Nature's Claim, but... I don't think it's a big deal either way. It's also like against Breach, like not giving them 4 life seems nice to me. So I guess we play around Stub by shocking in. Yeah, there's maybe enough Zoo to justify it, but yeah, just not giving, like being better against Breach is something I'm interested in. Love you, Esper Sentinel. If nobody else got me, Esper Sentinel got me. Look at this hand, baby. This is a hand of Magic cards right here. Also, it doesn't seem like my opponent's necessarily very good at dealing with Ketramose. I guess they do have Prismatic Ending. Interesting to be playing Stony in the Relic deck. We can still get Sigarda's Aid Hammer for like kind of an easy value. Is Zoo really playable? I think Zoo's somewhat playable, yeah. It's hard to say. I haven't seen like much of it. We also have we can get Portable Hole for the Stony Silence, of course. So probably just grab double Portable Hole, right? Really want to make sure it resolves. Whole Opal. Well, the Opal's turned off by Stony, so it's not like we can cast it this turn. Portable and Relic. It's just so bad if the Portable Hole gets countered. I think we want to try to push through a little bit. Although I might unlock like their Relic, which is a little bit awkward. Okay, here's a good draw. Brodsky, with 16 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, we have the backup Gearhulks too, exactly. Level of content. Relic Kill was force opponent to draw during their turn. Yeah, I guess I'm still confused, but that's okay. I'll probably die confused. Card? Card. Do you think running 1 Hammer, 1 Aiden Gearhulk decks is worth it? I'm having a hard time determining if it is or not. We are playing 1 of each right now, and I'm not 100% sure if it is worth it. I'm about to kill my opponent with it right now, so... Oh, no, sorry. I guess I'm 1 mana short. So, you know, maybe determine for yourself. So, can't kill them. I think I want to get the Shadowspear for stopping Ketramose from being a good blocker. Doesn't seem like it comes up that much. Yeah, it doesn't come up that much, I agree. I think it's just something to keep in for now. Like one thing I like about it too is it's like if you draw your Sigarda's Aid, then your Sagas get better, and if you draw Hammer, you just wait till you can tutor with Sigarda's Aid. It doesn't feel like drawing it's like that bad. Pretty minor, but I think it's not something we can really answer with this amount of testing either. Linto, 3 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Ketramose's draw and lose 1. Oh, I could have made them lose life because of their Ketramose. I see. Got it. Okay, so we 4-1 this league after losing to Mistaken on Amulet Titan in round 1 here. Titan, definitely going to be very good against the Ketramose decks, and Titan's going to be good against the Breach decks and the Oculus decks and the Energy decks and the Titan deck and the Eldrazi decks. Bad against Merfolk. Glass Cannon. Let's run it back with the Abzan build. I want to get a little bit more reps because I may end up.